Hi, I am Lynn. I am a first year student at Delta College, and right now I'm finishing up on Dr. Graham's fin communications class. And for his final, I'm supposed to give five advice for his class, but I want to make this video where you can use my advice whether you are in any in the whether you are in any class or maybe even in a job. My first advice would be play the game that Dr. Graham played. It was eye-opening to know that how he went through college was simply just gamifying uh, his classes. For me, how I gamified my own was like an RPG, or a role-playing game, where I had my own stats and using my own using where I know where my strengths and weaknesses are. That's how I approached most of my assignments. Another way you can see it, that some people see it actually, is like a race, where instead of what you are racing is like your classes rather than other students, where you should be treating each semester or your quarter as a cup. But if you don't come out first in those races, that's okay. Just know that everyone has their own pace. Another Our next advice would be playing favorites. It never hurts to have like a favorite website or some type of favorite form of information, as often enough it will help you when trying to gather said information. For me, I have my personal favorite website right now is sciencedirect.com, where they have a system where you can highlight something in an article you're reading about and search if they have something about what you highlighted in their own database. It never hurts to have like an arsenal on you of multiple websites just to use, being that a lot of websites have different functions. My next advice would probably be on topic of research. You should research what sounds interesting, not what you're experienced in. For me, hmm, sorry. For me, I had a lot of fun researching about my not persuasive, my informative topic, which was the history of math, compared to my persuasive of protecting minors online. When it came to my persuasive, I was kind of I wasn't experienced in hunting. I would say it like hunting predators or like finding out and doxing them or something like that. But I was generally interested in that topic of watching the content of people who have done it, and I did not find that fun since it was very mentally taxing, especially for all the articles you have to read about pedophilia. While with Mask, it was kind of fun being that I never knew much about the topic other than it protecting you from like germs and chemical fumes. But other than like research stuff, I would recommend that find uh, have some type of strategy or find some strategies and have your own meta. If you don't know what a meta is, it's a gaming term that is, which means most effective tactics available. Personally, my own meta was simply just blocking out days just for one specific class to work on, compared to just like compiling everything and trying to work out everything within the whole day, which would probably be very efficient, but that wasn't my type of flow. Uh, with that note, you should keep in mind that this is college, and you should ask your professors for help, as they're here to help you, then destroy you. If you ever get a professor that is like just not willing to help you, I recommend you just drop that class and try to find a new professor. But if that's the only professor that there is for that class, you gotta bite the bullet eventually. When it comes to metas, everyone generally has their own. Uh, Metas can always change. It just matters on what happens in your life. Not everyone has the same meta, but you can always copy someone's and then eventually just tweak it so that it fits your own style. Because if what works works, no need to fix it. And my last advice would be about nerve control. Um, Nerve control is like a gaming term that it's like just generally just controlling your nerves. uh, for this class or any speech class, I would say don't really uh don't suck yourself out about it. Just kind of fake it till you make it. As to a degree, you're kind of here to sell yourself as a speaker rather than an entertainer. So like you don't have to go all out. You're just trying to have a conversation. um I will say, as a band kid myself, it did help me a lot. Uh, going just simply being up in front of everyone in my class. Uh, but if I would say if you were either a dancer, uh, just in general a performer, and you were like on stages, and performing in front of strangers, that will help significantly. A fun tip I have, if you weren't really much of a performer, is playing at arcades. In my hometown. I was lucky enough to have a section in an arcade that was near windows and a genre I liked. So at first, when people would look over me and see what I'm doing, it was pretty nerve wracking, and I didn't like it. But over time, it was kind of comforting because at least they were like interested in what I was doing. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.